The Rhode Center was founded by a pioneering scholar named Deborah Rhode, who is a dear colleague here at Stanford Law School. And the goal was to take an interdisciplinary approach to all things access to justice and to try to figure out ways to make the system more equitable and more transparent, and also to try to hold the profession to its highest ideals. My colleague and also my better half, Nora Freeman-Engstrom, and I took over the Rhode Center in 2021. And we immediately tried to think of a way to have the Rhode Center impact access issues at all different levels of the legal system.
We started the Civil Justice Fellows Program a couple years ago, and the thinking there was to create a site of multi-generational exchange, where we'd be learning from the students would be learning from each other, and then also we would be working with our advisory forum of really senior members of the profession, and to really create a hub of excitement and energy around the issues that the Rhode Center confronts.
The Civil Justice Fellowship with the Stanford Law School Rhode Center is a really unique opportunity to get involved in academic research and important questions early on in your law school career. At the Rhode Center, we focus on questions of access to justice, access to information like transparency issues, and other ways to make the legal system work better.
But I feel like my tasks have really varied from doing discrete research assignments to sort of understand how debt collection practices are working in different cities and states across the US, eviction practices, to actually drafting portions of the principles project itself. This fellowship changed my view of the civil justice system in that it expanded my understanding of what the right path is going forward to address and to resolve the civil access to justice crisis.
I've worked with students on a really important collaboration that we recently announced with the LA Superior Court. That's the largest trial court in the country, and they've asked our team to help them rethink how their digital pathways work for eviction cases and debt cases and certain family law matters. And so the work that I've done with students really just run the gamut. It really, the way we think of our civil justice fellows in particular is we want to put them on the projects and make them active partners.
So this year alone, I'm publishing pieces in Duke Law Journal, Chicago Law Review, and the Yale Law Journal. All three of those pieces are co-authored with Rhode Fellows.
One of the first projects I worked on as a fellow with the Rhode Center was the multi-district litigation toolkit. What we did was we took orders from judges and compiled them into a toolkit that different scholars, other judges, and practitioners can use in seeing what sorts of approaches have been used to solve problems that are common in MDL cases.
The main project that I worked on as a fellow is the Filing Fairness Project, which is a multi-jurisdictional effort to facilitate and design seamless end-to-end electronic filing tools, especially for self-represented litigants.
I've been working with Professor David Freeman-Engstrom on the American Law Institute's high-volume civil adjudication Principles of Law project. And the purpose of this Principles project is to issue sort of almost like recommendations of like how state courts dealing with these types of cases should sort of tailor their procedures to sort of address the realities that come with these types of cases.
The most important thing that I think our fellows get from the Rhode Center Fellows Program is a sense of community. And this really is a partnership between us and the students. And it's also really importantly a community between the students. They provide feedback to one another and they really engage with one another's creation, and whether that's a book chapter, whether that's an intro to a book.
My favorite part of being a student fellow is definitely my fellow student fellows. It's been such an amazing opportunity to get to know students with similar interests in increasing access to justice, but also who work on a variety of different projects in the space.
The fact that the Fellows Program attracts individuals who are not only smart and warm, but also like we have this common interest and a common mission sort of to to address the civil access to justice issue, and I think that really brings us together.
I think it's really fundamentally changed how I think about the US legal system and also how I think about where reform is most important.
We are really excited that the Fellows Program is growing, and we are enormously proud of our fellows and the incredible work they do, and we're just so grateful for the relationships we've been able to forge with these exceptional students.
I am so proud of so many different things that the center has done over the last 3 or 4 years since we took over the leadership of the center. I'm surprised that I might be proudest of the program. I actually think it is it's the jewel in the crown of the Rhode Center. We do lots of incredible work, but more importantly, I really do feel like we are creating a pipeline of talented young lawyers who care about these incredibly important issues.